as we get back here, we're going to go over the Scout sign, salute, and handshake. We're going to move on to some other stuff that's a little bit more practical knowledge after that. I know this beginning stuff here can be a little bit dull, but this is important stuff and required for your advancement, so stay with me here and we'll get through this. The Boy Scout sign, salute, and handshake. So Scouts greet one another and show that they are members of the BSA with a Scout sign, salute, and handshake. The Scout sign that I showed you when I did the Scout oath should be every time you do the Scout oath and Scout law. So I have trouble, I can't really reach my pinky with my busted up hand, so this kind of gets tucked in, but 3 fingers. So give the Scout sign each time you say the Scout oath and Scout law. To make the Scout sign, raise your right hand arm to shoulder height with your elbow bent at a right angle. Cover the nail of your little finger with your right hand and with your thumb, and hold the 3 middle fingers of your hand upward and together. And again, my thumb doesn't. I had a couple bad hand injuries in my life, so my thumb just doesn't work that way, but that's mine. Your thumb and little finger touch to represent the bond uniting Scouts throughout the world. The 3 fingers stand for the 3 parts of the Scout oath: duty to God and country, duty to others, and duty to self. The Scout salute is form the Scout sign with your right hand, and finish the salute by bringing that hand up, palm down, until your forefinger touches the brim of your hat or the tip of your right eyebrow. If I was wearing my hat the way I should, it'd be right here. The Scout salute is a form of greeting that also shows respect. Use it to salute the flag of the United States of America. You may also salute other Scouts and Scout leaders. This is one that you will use during your flag ceremonies, so when the flag is being raised or lowered. Scout handshake. Extend your left hand to another Scout and firmly grasp his left hand. Made with the hand nearest to your heart, the Scout handshake signifies friendship. Because only Scouts and Scouters know the Scout handshake, use the regular right-handed handshake when you greet people outside of Scouting. We're going to talk about the imagery of the first class Scout badge, which is also part of one of your requirements, and then we'll move on to some more fun stuff. Sorry, we're going to do the first class Scout badge and talk briefly, very briefly about your uniform. So, the first class Scout badge. The imagery on Boy Scouts rank badges features icons that are well recognized by Americans everywhere, and each one has a meaning. The background design is shaped like the North Point on an old compass. It is known as a trefoil, or flower with 3 leaves, or a fleur-de-lis, which is the French name for an iris flower. It is the basic shape of the badges worn by Scouts in other countries too. The design on the first class Scout badge signifies a Scout's ability to point the right way in life, just as the compass does in the wilderness. The 3 points of the fleur-de-lis, just like the 3 raised fingers of the Scout sign, represent the 3 parts of the Scout oath: duty to God and country, duty to others, and duty to self. The eagle with the shield, an emblem of the United States of America, represents freedom and a Scout's readiness to defend that freedom. The 2 stars symbolize Scouting's ideals of truth and knowledge as guides in the night sky for finding the way. Stars also suggest a Scout's outdoor adventures. The scroll displays the Scout motto. Its ends are turned up like a smile because the Scout smiles as he does his good turn daily. And the knot below the scroll is a reminder to do your daily good turn. Memorize that stuff. It's pretty simple. I believe in you guys. It is part of one of your requirements, so there's not a lot there to remember. So just work through that at your own pace. It's helpful to have, for any of this stuff that you're having trouble memorizing or just need to memorize, it's always helpful to have somebody else quiz you. That's a good way to learn. Will help you remember stuff that's not just studying on your own. Sorry, great big fly. The Scout uniform. So you guys saw me in our introduction wearing my uniform. The Scout uniform is a symbol of the BSA. It tells others that you are a Scout and represents Scouting's history of service to the nation and the world. By wearing uniform, Scout shows that they are equals and that they share values and beliefs. Your uniform is also a sign that you are a person who can be trusted and that you will lend a hand whenever is needed. When you are dressed as a Scout, you will act as a Scout. The BSA's official Boy Scout uniform, or sometimes called the field uniform, includes a Scout shirt, Scout pants or shorts, Scout belt, Scout socks, and shoes or hiking boots. Your troop may also elect to wear a cap or broad-brimmed hat and a neckerchief. And again, this is a Scout hat, so try to get one that is, Scout specific. Your uniform may be brand new, or you might have been worn by others for many troop activities. Proudly wear a uniform to troop meetings, special ceremonies, and other troop functions where dressing up is appropriate. When you are headed outdoors to do something active, you can pull on a t-shirt with Scout pants or shorts, or wear other clothing that is appropriate for the events of the day. This is sometimes called an activity uniform. So you'll hear, especially some of the older scouts or your scout leaders refer to it as Class A or B. We now call it field uniform or activity uniform. Your field uniform is what's considered Class A. That's your scout shirt. And then Class B is what's considered an activity uniform. And that's going to be any shirt that has, it can be a t-shirt, but any shirt that's related to scouting generally is going to be considered a Class B or activity uniform. Your uniform is the perfect place to show off your patrol patch, your badge of office if you're a youth leader, your rank, and patches from some of your adventures. For formal occasions such as courts of honor, you'll wear a merit badge sash that displays all the merit badges you've earned. Formal occasions are also the time to wear medals like the Eagle Scout medal or religious emblem of your faith. Whether your uniform includes a scout neckerchief is up to your troop. I personally don't ever wear one because I'm a bigger guy and I have a bit of a thick neck situation going on here. So the scout shirts, this isn't a scout shirt, but the scout shirt's top button is often makes it too tight around my neck. So I usually don't wear a neckerchief, but to wear one, you first roll the long edge to about 6 inches from the tip. Place the neckerchief smoothly around your neck, either over or under the collar, depending on your troop's custom. Hold the neckerchief in place with a neckerchief slide. So if you guys are having any trouble with that, feel free to ask an adult leader for help. I don't have a neckerchief here, so I can't demonstrate that for you, but in the next couple of pages, it shows you the official uniform sleeves where your emblems and patches should be displayed. So we're going to move on to a little bit more fun programming here. We're going to come back to the book. We will come back to page 24 to talk about the patrol method, which is a very important part of establishing leadership and learning leadership within a troop. For now, we're gonna move on to something a little bit more fun.